Right. So write on the next one. Let xi be a positive real number. Let xi be a positive real number, and for every integer n greater than equal to 1, for every integer n greater than equal to 1, let x n plus 1 be equal to 1 plus x1, x2, x3, so on till xn minus 1 xn. Right? If x5 is equal to 43, then what is the largest prime factor of x6? I'll repeat. Let xi be a positive real number, and for every integer n greater than equal to 1, xn plus 1 is equal to 1 plus x1, x2, x3, so on till xn n minus 1 into xn. And if x5 is equal to 43, you need to find the greatest prime factor of x6. Right? Now, greatest prime factor of x6. अगर मुझे x6 से पता चल जाए, I can prime factorize it. Should not be a big deal. Right? So try to find x6. Right? Okay, x6 निकालना है. अब x6 obviously यहीं से निकलेगा. That means मुझे n को put करना पड़ेगा 5. So put n as 5 in this. So I'll get x6 equal to 1 plus x1, x2, x3, so on. कब तक जाएगा? अब n is 5, so that means it will go on till x4, x5. Right? This thing I understand. So if I'm interested in the value of x6, that means indirectly I'm interested in the value of this. Now out of this I already know the value of x5. Right? So my aim is to find the value of x1, x2, x3, x4. Right? Okay. Now this quantity will be there. Oh, x5 is given alone, right? If I try to write x5 using this, let me write x5. Now n will be replaced by 4. So x5 is equal to 1 plus x1, x2, x3, x4. Right? So the same quantity is related over here. Can I find the value of x1, x2, x3, x4 from here? Definitely I can. x5 is nothing but 43. And 43 is equal to 1 plus x1, x2, x3, x4. That means x1, x2, x3, x4 is equal to 42. What value is this? Substitute it here. This is nothing but 1 plus 42 into this is what? 43 into 43. Right? This turns out to be 1807. Right? x60 let me try to find the largest prime factor. Let's try to factorize it. And this is factorized as 13 into 139. I am hoping you can factorize it. Right? And 139 is a prime divisor. So greatest prime divisor is 139. Which is the answer. Now this is the question which has come in PRMO. So as we can see, it's not at all difficult. It's basically just presence of mind. Whatever you know, what you can find out from it, just find it and your answer should be there. Right? Okay, let's move on to the next one now. Write down. Write the number of digits. Write the number of digits in the decimal expansion of 32 raised power 5 into 5 raised power 22. Number of digits in the decimal expansion of this. Come on. Now one method is you can just multiply and get the number. obviously it will take a little bit of time. Or maybe just look at the factors that I've given you. 32 and 5. 32 is nothing but what? 2 raised to 5. Now this is of the power 5, 2 raised to 5 into 5 raised to 22. Now powers will be multiplied, so this becomes 2 raised to 25 into 5 raised to 22. Now 2 and 5. If I combine the two, I get 10. What I'll do is, I'll write 2 raised to 25 as 2 raised to 22 into 2 cube into 5 raised to 12. Now if I combine the two, I'll get nothing but 2 into 5 raised to 22 into 2 cube. Now you must be wondering, why is ma'am bothered about 10? Because 10 is a beautiful number, because I know I'll get 10 raised to 22 here into 2 cube. Now 10 raised to 22, that means the digits I can count. How many zeros are there? 22 zeros, right? And this number is what? 2 cube. So that is 8 into 10 raised to 22. That means 8 succeeded by how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 22 zeros basically, right? So number of digits, 22 zeros and then one number here. So that means 23 digits will be there in the decimal expansion of this. That's it. Presence of mind, and your answer should be there. Right. Now again, presence of mind question. Let's see. Write all whole numbers. Write all whole numbers which begin with the digit 6. Which begin with the digit 6 and decreases 25 times when the digit is deleted. And decreases 25 times when the digit is deleted. Presence of mind. Use it. So first try to understand the problem. That's a very important thing. Read the question, understand what he is asking. If you are able to ascertain what he is asking, at least then you can think of the method. Write it down. Right, what he is asking. Okay, can you think of such number like that? There is an example switch. Can you think of such number? Think. I think you can. Begin with 6. And it decreases 25 times when the digit is deleted. That means, suppose this is my number, right? I don't know how many digits are there. Suppose these digits I don't know, so I suppose n digits are there. Right? In total, I will have n plus 1 digit. Right? So this is my number. Now when 6 is deleted, so if I have 6, I'll get this number. This number is what? It decreases 25 times. Let's try to understand what does it mean. If I hide 6, this new number has been decreased by 25 times. अगर पहले वो 25k था, earlier the number was 25k, now the number is just k. It decreases 25 times. Decreases. Okay, so I understand that. Come on, given you a big hint. Now, you will like, ma'am, we don't know how to write the numbers. True. But there is a thing in class 6 that we used. Expanded form of the number. You have used that in class 6. Let's use it in class 10th again. Right? So let's try to write down. So 6 into 10 raised to. Now obviously I'll have 10 raised to n plus whatever this number is plus x. Right? When I divide this number, when I'm dividing this number by 6 for height and so this number, you x again. When I divide this, which I've written, by this number, which I've considered to be x, the answer should be 25. Do I understand this? Or I can say, if you don't understand this, I can say 25 times this number, 25x, because it's only one x, is equal to this entire number. Right? Okay, so that means I can say that 24x is equal to 6 into 10 raised power n. Right? Or I can say x equal to 6 into 10 raised power n divided by 24. अब ये तो cancel हो रहा है, so this is nothing but 10 raised power n divided by 4. Right? So दो अब 10 को लिख लेते हैं, 2 raised power n into 5 raised power n. So let me write as 2 raised power n into 5 raised power n whole divided by 2 square. So I'll get x as 2 raised power n minus 2 into 5 raised power n. Right? Maybe I can write it in a better method. यहाँ पे n minus 2 है ना, मैं यहाँ पे n minus 2 करके यहाँ पे 5 square कर देती हूँ. Right? Because I'll write it like 25 into what? 10 raised power n minus 2. 10 वाले power 6 will like it. Right? So x is this sort of number. So what is this number? Somehow I'm unable to understand it. अब देखिए x किस टाइप का नंबर हो सकता है. अब डेफिनेटली n को अगर मैं 3 रख दूंगी बिकॉज आई हैव टू मेक श्योर कि वो x इज अ नंबर, राइट, नंबर है वो, तो x को 3 रखता है, राइट, x को 3 n को 3 रखते हैं, सो आई गेट x एज 25, राइट. लेट मी सी व्हाट काइंड ऑफ नंबर आई गेट. मेरे पास क्या था 6 एंड देन x, राइट, तो x आया 25. अब देखिए ये नंबर तो वैसे दिख रहा था एग्जांपल, चेक करें 625. If I delete the number 6, I'll get 25, right? And not surprisingly, and 25 into 25 is this number, 625. Magic. So that means this is such number. और देखें, now अभी तो मैंने n को 3 डाला था, अब 4 डालें, तो x 250 भी हो सकता है. So my next number would be something like 6250. Right? अच्छे करें. Let me try to delete 6. That means I'm left with 250. Now multiply 250 by 25. Same number. Beautiful. वो तो होना था, हमने solve किया हुआ है, so you understand that, right? Okay. Now let me try to put अब R कर देंगे तो यहाँ पे एक और 0 आ जाए. So that means my number 62500. Right? Again, next will be 625000. And so on. Obviously, there will be infinity of this number. There will be infinite numbers like this. Right? Now, if you want to write it in a systematic manner, you can write it as 625 into 10 raised power k, right? Because where k can vary from 625. अब इसको हम ऐसे लिख दें k minus 1. 0 भी हो सकता है, नहीं 1 कर सकता है. 10 raised power 0, right? ऐसे कर देते हैं. k raised power 10 raised power k, where k can be 0 because 10 raised power 0 1 हो जाएगा, सही नंबर आ जाएगा, right? So k can be 0 or 1, 2 or 3. Basically, k is a whole number. So in this way, you can write the answer, but you can write the answer like this also. We can, because there's a clear pattern: 625, 6250, 62500, 625, and so on. Or you can write your answer like this. Yours. So these are all such numbers which satisfy the property. Which property? That if I delete 6, first of all they begin with 6, right? And if I delete the number 6, the number decreases 25 times. Beautiful. Right? Now I think this question has also come in the PRMO round, and that's why it's brilliant. The questions that comes in previous, like actually whenever you get time, try solving the previous year pre-RMA questions, because those questions are brilliantly written. Nobody can tell you questions like that. Brilliantly written. I mean, commendable. Right, okay, so the next one. Now, next one is again, has come in PRMO. So, very interesting question. So, write down. Let SM denotes the sum of digits of positive integer m. Capital. Right, I'm not writing positive. No, okay, I'll write it like this. So SM denotes sum of digits of positive integer m. Let n be the smallest positive integer such that S of n is equal to 2013. Right? Find the value of S of 5n plus 2013. Come on, just think about it. Now, n has to be the smallest positive integer, right? And the sum of digits of n has to be 2013. Now, smallest number lena, that means I want the least number of digits in it, right? Least number chahiye or sum mujhe chahiye. That means I want big numbers or big digits in the what? In the number, right? So biggest number कौन सा था? 9. Yeah, 9. अब कितने 9 आने चाहिए 2013 के नियर आने के लिए? How many 9? Come on. Give it a big hint. Hurry up. को जरा डिवाइड करना 9 से करे डिवाइड, देखते हैं कितने आने चाहिए. अब एग्जैक्टली तो डिवाइड हो नहीं रहा बट ओके फाइन. यहाँ पे आ रहा है 2 21 राइट. 21 पे 2 दोबारा आ जाएगा. सो 18 33 पे कौन सा आता है? 36 नहीं आता, 3 आएगा. 27. So 223 is the question and remainder should be, remainder turns out to be 6. Right, because 33 आया 27, so remainder turns out to be 6. Right, so that means मैं 223 9 दूंगी, 9 223 9, बस अब remainder is 6. That means 6 मेरे को और लेके आना, right? अब एक ही डिजिट लूंगी because I don't want multiple digits, मेरा नंबर बड़ा हो जाएगा, right? So one digit 6. Now tell me, should I put 6 over here? Or should I put 6 over here? I want the smallest number, right? So what I'll do is I'll put 6 in front rather than backwards. I'll get the smaller number. Right? So this is my n. मुझे n पता चल गया. I know n. n is 6, then followed by 223 9. This is my n. Right, now what do I need to find out? I need to find out this quantity, right? Sum of digits of what? 5n plus 2013. अब ये नंबर निकालें तो डिजिट ऐड कर लेंगे. सबसे पहले 5n. Now will be like now multiply करना है इसे. हाँ multiply करना है, but okay, let's do it. So 5n. अब मैं इस तरह से करती हूँ, ऊपर लिख देते हैं 223 के, so that I don't forget. 223 9. Now I need to multiply this number by 5. Multiply करें. Multiplication में एक सेकंड में करेंगे. Let's just multiply it. तो यहाँ पे आ गया 5, right? 45 में अब 4 कैरी हो जाएगा यहाँ पे. तो again 45 plus 4 9. So 4 फिर से कैरी होगा. फिर से आ गया 9, right? फिर 4 फिर कैरी हो जाएगा. फिर 9 आ जाएगा. So on यहाँ तक 5 9 आ जाएंगे, right? 5 9s 45 plus 4 9 कैरी हो गया. 9 यहाँ पे आ गया, राइट? 4 यहाँ पे कैरी हो गया. अब 5 into 6 that is 30 plus 4 so 34. This is the number. But सबसे पहले मैं ascertain कर लेती हूँ how many 9s are there. अब यहाँ से मुझे 5 मिला था, यहाँ से मुझे 9 9 मतलब यूनिट प्लेस पे 5 आ चुका है और बाकी इन सब से मुझे 9 मिला है, राइट. सो दैट मीन्स दीज 9s आर ये सारे 223 थे बट यहाँ पे 5 आ गया. सो दैट मीन्स दीज 9s आर 2 2 2 2 2. कंफ्यूजन नहीं होनी चाहिए, राइट. ओके, एटलीस्ट ये तो आ गया मेरे पास. दोबारा से लिख दें 3 4 9 9 9 9 so 9 9 9. These are बेटा. अब एटलीस्ट 5 इन तो आ गया मेरे पास. अब 5 इन में मुझे क्या ऐड करना है? 2013 ऐड करें. जैसे 2013 यहाँ पे 9 एक और लिख देते हैं, एक और बीच वाले हटा देते हैं इनफैक्ट, राइट. ऐड कर लिया. क्लास फर्स्ट का क्वेश्चन है टेक्निकली बिकॉज़ वी आर जस्ट एडिंग टू नंबर्स. Yeah, if they are tiny bit bigger, but it should not be a problem. Now let's start. यहाँ पे आ गया 8. Then this is 10. 1 carry, right? Then 10 again. 1 carry. 2. 1 carry. So 0 आ गया यहाँ पे. 1 carry. अब 9 था तो 0 आते जाएगा. 1 carry. 0 0. अब यहाँ पे लास्ट में 1 carry होके 0 आ गया. यहाँ पे 1 carry हो गया. So 5 and 3. अब बीच में जीरोस थे. अब मेरे को देखने हैं जीरोस कितने होंगे. बट व्हाई डू आई केयर अबाउट दैट? जितने मुझे जीरोस हैं, आई नीड द सम ऑफ डिजिट्स, राइट. नो मैटर हाउ मेनी जीरोस आर देयर, दे विल नॉट कंट्रीब्यूट टू माय सम ऑफ डिजिट्स, राइट. सो आई डोंट केयर अबाउट दैट. अब दिस इज माय नंबर. सो लेट मी सी. सो डिजिट्स 3 plus 5 plus so many zeros, I don't care, plus 2 plus 8. Answer is 18. The sum of digits of 5n plus 2013 is 18. The main point was to find the value of n. Then class first. Add करना है, multiply करना है, class first में सीखते हैं. The main point was to find the value of n. मुझे common sense से आ रही है. Look at the brilliance of the question. Like, you don't need any hi-fi method. You just need basic common sense and your plus first to 10th syllabus. That's it. Addition multiplication. That is the minimum that is required to do that. Brilliant. Right. So let's write the next one. Write all natural numbers n. Write all natural numbers n such that n factorial plus n such that n factorial plus 10 is a perfect square where n factorial is defined as, you already know, even if you don't, I am telling you what n factorial is, where n factorial is defined as product of first n natural numbers. Product of first n natural numbers. Come on. Now, n factorial plus 10 is a perfect square. Right? Of n factorial, obviously n has to be a natural number, right? So take it. Let's try to find the example. At least takes a minute. If I put n as 1 factorial plus 10, that is 11. Definitely not a perfect square, right? Let's put n as 2 factorial plus 10. Now, first of all, I should clarify what n factorial is. So let me try to explain if you don't know. Now, suppose I consider 5 factorial. Now 5 factorial is nothing, product of first 5 natural numbers. So 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. This is 5 factorial. Right? Suppose I ask you 10 factorial. This is nothing but product of first 10 natural numbers. So 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7 into 8 into 9 into 10. Right? So n factorial is nothing but 1 into 2 into 3 into so on till n. Right? So I hope that much is clear. Let's come back to it. Now 1 factorial, it's what? 1 into 1 right? 1 factorial is 1. So 1 plus 10, which is 11, which is definitely not a perfect square. Right? Then 2 factorial. Now 2 factorial is product of first 2 natural numbers. So 1 into 2, so that is 2. So 2 plus 10, which is 12, definitely not a perfect square. Right? Let's put n as 3. So 3 factorial plus 10. Now 3 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3. That is 6. 6 plus 10, that is 16. That is a perfect square. Okay, so I got one perfect square. Great. So n is equal to 3 के लिए मिला मुझे. Cool. Then 4 factorial plus 10. Now 4 factorial, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, which is 24. 24 plus 10, 34. Definitely not a perfect square. Then 5 factorial plus 10. Now 5 factorial, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, 120. 120 plus 10, definitely not. Then 6 factorial plus 10, definitely not. But now we'll start questioning. Now, till then we have to find out. Good question. Now, let's try to understand this. Now, n factorial plus 10. Right? This should be a perfect square. Perfect square. Right? Now, if I look carefully, perfect square है, तो यहाँ पे factors अब 10 तो कॉमन आनी चाहिए. Right? Oh, ऐसा करते हैं. सबसे पहले n factorial, let me try to write it. Right? So it is nothing but 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into so on till n plus 10. This has to be a perfect square. Right? Now, already till 6 factorial, in fact, I have seen that I have got just 1. Right? So इससे आगे ही होगा, तो मेरे को देखना है कहाँ पे होगा. Now 10 यहाँ पे भी है. In fact, if you look carefully, 10 is here itself. Right? Okay. That means 2 into 5. यहाँ से 10 बन रहा है. तो उसके लिखेंगे 10 into 1 into 3 into 4 into 6 into so on till n plus 10. Right? 10, 10. Common आ रहा है. Common is 10 into, now I am left with 1 into 3 into 4 into 6 into so on till n plus 1. Now I need to make sure that this is a perfect square. Perfect square, that means even parts are there. Now यहाँ पे 2 into 5 है. Even parts के लिए मुझे 10 का factor चाहिए यहाँ से. If I don't get the factor of 10 from here, my number will not be a perfect square. Right? Now let me see whether this number can be a factor of 10 or not. Shall we check? A factor of 10 definitely एक even number होना चाहिए. Right? Now let's see. 1 into 3, ये तो definitely even है. Right? 4 से multiply हो रहा है यहाँ पर. So this number is even. Even number plus 1. This number is odd. You are telling me that this is an odd number and you want a factor of 10. How can you get a factor of 10 from an odd number? That means from here you will not get the factor of 10. If you don't get a factor of 10, यहाँ पे 10 will be only. That means this will not be a perfect square. This will not be a perfect square for n greater than 6 because पहले के लिए exhaust कर लिया. Right? From here now onwards I am trying to search for the value of n, but as I can see, this will create a problem. So I can say further on I will not get any other n. So only for n is equal to 3 will I get n factorial plus 10 as a perfect square. Right?